Throughout the human history, civilizations have been shaped not only by powerful leaders, large armies, or groundbreaking technologies, but by something far more subtle and powerful ideas. Ideas begin quietly. They often start as simple questions or observations about the world. Someone notices something unusual or imagines a different way of thinking or organizing society. Over time, these small thoughts can grow into powerful forces that influence millions of people across the generations. Consider how many of the things we take for granted today were once considered impossible or even dangerous ideas. The idea that ordinary citizens should participate in government decisions, the idea that scientific evidences should guide our understanding of nature, the idea that every human being deserves dignity and freedom. At one time, these concepts challenged existing traditions and power structures. History shows that ideas can travel across continents and centuries. They influence revolutions, inspire discoveries, and reshape how people live and interact with each other. Some ideas improve our understanding of the universe, while others transform our moral and social values. When an idea resonates deeply with human needs and aspirations, it can spread rapidly and reshape societies. So, in this video, you will be getting explored about 10 powerful ideas that changed the world. These ideas shaped science, politics, education, innovation, and human cooperation. Understanding them helps us appreciate the forces that built modern civilization and reminds us that the next transformative idea might emerge from curiosity, courage, or imagination. Idea number one, democracy. One of the most influential ideas in the human history is democracy. The belief that people should have a voice in how they are governed. For thousands of years, most societies were ruled by kings, emperors, or small elites who held concentrated power. Ordinary citizens had little influence over decisions that shaped their life. The idea of democracy challenged this structure by suggesting that authority should come from the collective will of the people. Early examples appeared in ancient Athens, where citizens gathered to debate policies and vote on decisions. Although those early systems had limitations, the concept of shared political power marked a significant turning point in the political thought. Over centuries, the idea of democracy spread across the continents and evolved into many different forms. Today, democratic principles influence governments around the world. Elections, civic participation, and public debate allow citizens to influence leadership and policy. However, democracy has all sparked debates and controversies. Critics argue that democratic systems can sometimes lead to political divisions, slow decision making, or the influence of misinformation. Some question whether complex decisions should always rely on majority opinion. Despite these challenges, democracy remains a powerful symbol of collective responsibility and the participation. It reflects the belief that societies function best when individuals are allowed to contribute their voices and ideas to the decisions that shape their future. Idea number two, the scientific method. Another revolutionary idea that transformed human civilization is the scientific method. Before the development of systematic scientific investigation, knowledge about nature often depended on tradition, authority, or superstition. People accepted explanations because respected leaders or ancient texts claimed they were true. The scientific method introduced a new approach. Knowledge should be based on observations, experimentation, and evidences. Scientists began asking questions about natural phenomena and designing experiments to test their ideas. By measuring results and repeating experiments, they could determine whether their theories accurately explained the world. This method opened the door to extraordinary discoveries. Through scientific investigation, humanity uncovered the laws of gravity, discovered microorganisms that causes diseases, developed vaccines, and explored the vastness of space. Modern medicine, engineering, and technology all rely on the principles developed through scientific research. Yet, the rise of scientific thinking sometimes challenged long-standing traditions. Historical figures such as Galileo faced resistance for proposing ideas that contradicted established beliefs. These debates highlighted the tensions between traditional authority and evidence-based reasoning. Today, the scientific method remains one of the most powerful tools for expanding knowledge. It encourages curiosity, skepticism, and continuous improvement of understanding. Rather than accepting ideas blindly, science invites humanity to explore, question, and learn from the universe itself. Idea number three, human rights. The concept of human rights represents a profound shift in how societies view individuals. It is based on the belief that every person deserves dignity, freedom, and protection simply because they are human. For much of history, many societies accepted systems that denied rights to certain groups of people. Slavery, discrimination, and inequality were often considered normal. Over time, movements emerged that challenged these practices and demanded recognition of universal human dignity. The idea of human rights inspired campaigns to abolish slavery, expand civil liberties, and protect vulnerable populations. International agreements such as the Universal Declaration of Human rights established principles intended to safeguard freedom, equality, and justice worldwide. However, debates about human rights continue. Different cultures and political systems sometimes interpret rights and responsibilities differently. Questions arise about how universal rights should be applied within diverse societies. Despite these discussions, the idea of human rights has inspired countless efforts to build fairer and more compassionate communities. It reminds humanity that respect and dignity should extend to every individuals. Idea number four, education for everyone. Education has long been recognized as a powerful tool for personal growth and societal progress. Yet, for centuries, access to knowledge was limited to privileged groups such as scholars, religious leaders, or political elites. The idea that education should be accessible to everyone transformed societies. Public education systems expanded learning opportunities for children and adults from all backgrounds. Schools, libraries, and universities became centers of knowledge where individuals could develop skills and explore the ideas. Education empowers individuals to think critically, communicate effectively, and pursue meaningful careers. It contributes to economic development and fosters innovation across industries. When people gain knowledge, they also gain the ability to question assumptions and solve complex problems. Nevertheless, education systems face ongoing challenges. Debates continue about funding, equality of access, and the role of technology in learning environments. Different societies experiment with various models to improve educational outcomes. Despite these challenges, the principle of universal education remains one of the most transformative ideas in the human history. It demonstrates that knowledge should not be restricted but shared widely to benefit entire communities. Idea number five, freedom of speech. Freedom of speech is a cornerstone of open and creative societies. It reflects the belief that individuals should have the right to express ideas, opinions, and criticisms without fear of punishment. This freedom encourages dialogue and innovation. Many breakthroughs in science, art, and social reform occurred because individuals were able to challenge established ideas and propose new perspectives. Throughout history, thinkers, writers, and activists have relied on freedom of expression to question authority and advocate for the change. Public debates allow societies to examine different viewpoints and refine their understanding of complex issues. At the same time, freedom of speech raises important discussions about responsibility. Some worry that unrestricted communication can spread misinformation or harmful ideas. Balancing open expression with social responsibility remains an ongoing challenge. Despite these concerns, freedom of speech remains a powerful engine for creativity and intellectual growth. When people are free to exchange ideas, societies gain the opportunity to explore new possibilities and improve collective understanding. Idea number six, the internet. Few ideas have transformed modern civilization as dramatically as the concept of a global information network. The internet began as a system designed to share research data between institutions, but it evolved into a worldwide platform connecting billions of people. Today, the internet allows instant communication across continents. It provides access to educational resources, news, entertainment, and scientific knowledge. Businesses, researchers, and communities collaborate through digital networks in the ways that were unimaginable just a few decades ago. The internet has accelerated innovation by allowing ideas to spread rapidly. Entrepreneurs can launch businesses online. Students can learn from international experts, and scientists can share discoveries instantly. However, the internet also presents challenges. Privacy concerns, digital misinformation, and the effects of constant connectivity have sparked debates about responsible technology use. Despite these challenges, The internet remains one of the most transformative ideas of the modern era. It demonstrates the potential of technology to connect humanity and expand access to the knowledge. Idea number seven, equality. The idea of equality asserts that every individual deserves fair opportunities and respect regardless of gender, ethnicity, background, or social status. Throughout history, many societies operated within strict hierarchies that limited opportunities for certain groups. Movements advocating equality challenged these systems and demanded broader participation in the economic, political, and cultural life. Civil rights movements, campaigns for gender equality, and efforts to expand social inclusion have all been driven by the belief that fairness benefits society as a whole. However, achieving equality in practice is complex. Different communities debate policies and strategies for addressing historical inequalities and promoting fair access to the opportunities. Despite these debates, the pursuit of equality reflects humanity's aspiration to create societies where talent and effort, not the background, determine opportunities for success. Idea number eight, innovation and creativity. Innovation represents the belief that new ideas can improve the world. Human creativity has produced remarkable inventions that has transformed transportation, medicine, communication, and the energy. From the printing press to modern computing, innovation has accelerated progress across generations. Creative thinkers experiment with new technologies, design solutions to complex challenges, and explore possibilities beyond existing limitations. Innovation also encourages entrepreneurship and economic growth. New industries emerge when individuals develop groundbreaking technologies or create approaches to solving the problems. Yet, innovation sometimes raises ethical and environmental concerns. Rapid technological change can disrupt industries or introduce unforeseen consequences. Responsible innovation requires careful consideration of social and environmental impacts. Nevertheless, creativity remains one of humanity's greatest strengths. By imagining new possibilities and refining ideas through experimentation, societies can continue advancing towards a more sustainable and prosperous future. Idea number nine, global cooperation. In an increasingly interconnected world, many challenges cannot be solved by individual nations alone. Issues such as climate change, global health crisis, and economic stability requires cooperation across the borders. The idea of global cooperation encourages countries, organizations, and communities to work together towards shared goals. International institutions, scientific collaborations, and humanitarian initiatives demonstrate how collective efforts can address complex global problems. Global cooperation also fosters cultural exchange and mutual understanding. When societies share knowledge and resources, they can develop solutions that benefit humanity as a whole. However, cooperation among nations sometimes faces obstacles due to political differences, economic interests, or cultural perspectives. Negotiating agreements that satisfy diverse priorities can be challenging. Despite these difficulties, the principle of global cooperation remains essential for addressing issues that transcend national boundaries. The next world changing idea. History shows that ideas have the power to shape the destiny of humanity. The ideas explored in this video, like democracy, scientific inquiry, human rights, education, freedom of speech, innovation, equality, and cooperation, have transformed societies across the centuries. These ideas began as bold questions about how the world might be improved. Over time, they influenced revolutions, discoveries, and social movements that reshaped the civilization. Yet, the story of human progress continues. New challenges will require new ideas. Advances in science, technology, and social organization will depend on the creativity and curiosity of future generations. The next transformative idea could emerge from a classroom, a research laboratory, or even a simple conversation. History reminds us that powerful ideas often begin with someone daring to imagine a different future. Perhaps the next idea that changes the world is already taking shape, waiting for someone to ask the right question and explore new possibilities. Thank you. Have a nice